This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 1/6/23, show 453. So, well, gold is on fire again today, Nick. Well, Nick, gold is on fire today.
Gold is on fire today, and it's getting to our upside objective that we've talked about on this program. So for a while now, we said gold has upside to around that 1875 level. We're right around that range now, sitting at around 1868, 1869. We might even overshoot a little bit. I wouldn't rule out gold going to around 1880. I do think it's possible to get up there, especially since we've consolidated the last 3 days. But it's a great move for gold. Great move for gold miners as well. They're up 73 cents today. That's about a 2.4% gain. And they have upside to around potentially as high as 33. So gold is really on fire today. And really precious metals in general have been acting very, very well. So we'll see how it plays out. But we are hitting a lot of upside objectives in gold. And again, if you are owning any of the gold equities, I would start to trail the stop here just in case they make a sudden reversal because we're so close to the targets.
All right. And of course, silver is getting back close to $24 as well.
Yeah, silver. I mean, this thing can't pull back enough for me. And then today it starts to make its move back up after yesterday's big drop. So silver up a great move. This thing just seems resilient at this point in time. However, you know me, Kerry, I have to wait for a pattern or I have to wait for some kind of a pullback, and then I will be getting back into silver as I think the bottom was made in early September. And I think silver's got a lot more upside potential, but I'd like to see a pullback first.
All right. Well, that's always reasonable. So like you said, silver's been very resilient.
It's been resilient to say the least, but it is overbought on the bigger time scale. And when that happens, you're going to get a pullback. It just hasn't happened yet. And I've been waiting for one for the last 2 weeks. But again, I nailed that silver bottom to the penny. And I got out pretty close to the highs, and that's always my goal.
All right. So what are the markets doing today? Tesla's getting creamed again.
Believe it or not, Tesla gapped down this morning. It was trading at $102 a share, but has since reversed, now trading at a 111 and change. It's actually up 1%. So Tesla looks like it could have a short-term low in place. I actually like the action in Tesla today. I like what it's doing, and I think you could get a short-term bounce from this move. But stock is still very, very weak overall on the larger time frames. So again, you know, if you're a risk taker, this is a good spot. If you're not, you want to leave something like this alone. But I think Tesla's price action is pretty good for a short-term bounce.
Pretty good for a short-term bounce, huh?
That's right.
All right. What's the broader markets way up today?
Yeah, we're having a good rally. You have the Dow up 535 points. You have the NASDAQ up 173 points. That's a gain of 1.6%. The S&P 500 is up 1.6%. And the Russell 2000, which I call the risk index, you're buying the Russell, you are taking on risk. That's up 1.9%, showing the way leading up. So if you've been a Bullseye member of mine at In the Money Stocks, I told the members last week during the holidays, look for a bounce this week in the markets, and I think it can last a little bit. And then that's about it. So far, so good. Forecasts have been right on the money so far in 2023.
So maybe we're going to get the January effect, the old saying, so goes January, so goes the market.
Yeah, I think we'll get some kind of a January effect, but I'm not sure it lasts the whole month. So let's see how it goes. We'll take it one day at a time. But as for right now, the markets are acting fairly well, and we want to respect them when they do that.
All right. Hey, you got to, the trend is your friend, except at the end, right?
Yes, that is the saying. You know that saying pretty well now.
Yeah.
Yes, the trend is your friend, except at the end.
Yeah.
But, these days you got to look at the short-term trend because this has been one choppy week. It's been a week filled with whipsaw all over the place. The markets are still range-bound, so don't take anything for granted. we are still in a bear market overall.
All right. And finally, Bitcoin, we should just mention that it's trading pretty flat, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin has almost become like a non-story. Today, it's basically flat on the day. 16,800 is the level that it's holding. We already know, Kerry, this thing's got to go probably sub 11,000 now is what I told my members. So again, you'll get some backing and filling. You'll maybe even get a little bit of a bounce. I don't know if this thing could even make its way to 18,000, but if it does, that's probably a shorting opportunity. And again, Bitcoin is not a healthy looking equity at this stage of the game.
All right. Well, I think we'll leave it at that. It's Friday. It's January 6th. Let's take the weekend off, see what happens, how the market closes. As somebody once told me, it's not where they open, it's where they close.
That's right.
A wise trader told me that once, Nick. And hey, and go over to Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com, see where he's at now, his latest calls, which were uncannily accurate. And the Twitter feeds are at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, at Kerry Lutz. Emails welcome KL@kerrylutz.com. And don't hesitate to post your comments on the YouTube channel. Nick, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Have a great weekend, Kerry.